Guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Today's video is how to buy a house in Canada by a real estate agent. Guess what? I'm a real estate agent now, guys. I got my licensing and I'm with eXp Realty. I gotta disclose this. And by the way, guys, if you have any questions throughout the video, feel free to ask me in the comments down below. And if you're looking to buy a house in Calgary, well, you can reach out to me. The contact and email is going to be in the description of this video, and I know people all around Canada that can help you. Now, let's begin. There are two parts to this video. One of them is money and credit, and the second part is actually the house hunting. Those are the two main stages that you would encounter if you're buying your first home here in Canada. First thing you gotta know, guys, is that there is credit rating here in Canada, credit score that you have to make. Basically, this is how they identify. There's a couple of bureaus here in Canada that identify you, and they're different from the United States. So if you're moving to Canada from the US, you still have to build a credit score here in Canada. So basically what it is, guys, and how you can build it, well, it's pretty easy. You actually just have to, get a credit card, or even better, you get a car loan. But you have to make sure, guys, when you're building your credit score, also don't take too many loans, because your credit ratio is also going to matter when you're getting pre-approved for a mortgage. Because buying a houses, unless you're really rich in Canada, can be really expensive. If you're in Vancouver or Toronto, well, your houses are in millions of dollars. If you're in Calgary, it's like quarter of that price. Anyways, guys, here's how you build your credit history. Well, first of all, my recommendation would be to get a credit card, guys. That's the easiest thing. Now, also, they look at such a thing of how long you had that credit card, how much amount you are pre-approved on that credit card, and how much you're using. So let's say if you got $10,000 credit card, make sure you do not go above $3,000 in credit, because if there's also basically there is a huge matrix, and I cannot really tell exactly how they're calculating it, but I can give you an idea so you have more clear understanding, because they don't really reveal their formulas on the credit score. Here's how they do it, and this is what you should ask more financial advisors, but I know a little bit about it. So guys, here's what they do. They look at how much money you have on your credit card and how much money you're actually borrowing. What is your current debt? So they're looking at how much money is available to you and how much money you're borrowing, if you're paying it on time, and this is how you build it. Basically, you build a trust with the banks and other lenders that you will repay that money back that you ordered. Then they get you like a credit score, like a kind of karma, guys, you can say. There's actually a credit karma thing, but it's not related to this, guys. So basically the score that you get shows that you're more reliable or less reliable person who takes the money that you're going to pay back. And that's how you build your credit to get a mortgage here for your home. Next part about getting your money is, saving money for a down payment. You need at least 5% to put down to buy a home here in Canada. Well, you can, guys, calculate how much is 5% out of $1 million, let's say, if you're going for that kind of house, or for $50,000 if you're going to be buying an average house here in Calgary. So you can do your own mathematics here. But what you have to remember, guys, 5% is the minimum down payment. Good thing about it is there is certain tax benefits you can actually get when you're buying your first residence here in Canada. And also, guys, how do you save that 5%? There is also another opportunity of you saving 20%. Get if you get a 5%, it's considered to be a high ratio mortgage, but if you get 20%, that's better. Here's why. If you get a mortgage of a down payment, let's say you need $1 million, so if you have $200,000, a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So if you have that amount to put down, you don't have to buy mortgage insurance, because you're basically more trustworthy on buying a place, right, guys? And if you put 5% down, you need to get a mortgage insurance. And that insurance is not for you. That insurance is for the lender who is giving you the money. So in case you don't pay your mortgage, they're going to get paid from the insurance, and then you'll still owe money to the insurance company. How ridiculous is that? Now, Of course, that insurance costs money and it's CMHC, and it can be anywhere, guys, like up to $15,000, somewhere between $7,000. Guys, that's how much I was paying. I have 2 properties so far here in Canada, guys, and now I'm a real estate agent. I'm not a mortgage specialist, so for this kind of questions, I would suggest you asking more questions for mortgage specialist, but I'm still going to give you a little bit of more advice on the money. And finally, guys, you have to get pre-approved for a mortgage. Now that you have your credit history, now you have a little bit of savings. By the way, a good part of saving money here in Canada is that if you are not making enough money, you can get tax credits once a year. You can get a tax refund. I haven't seen a tax refund for myself for at least like 3 or 4 years because I haven't really been in a lower income anymore. But here's what happens, guys. You would get a tax credit, couple of $1,000, maybe more. I had it as a student with the student credits. I had up to $5,000 of tax credit 1 year. That money it's really good idea to save that money once a year for your family, to put it down for a house. That's one of the ways to save money. Now, you also have to get pre-approved for the mortgage. To do that, you would have to go either to your bank or another financial institution. My recommendation would be personally is to go to a mortgage brokerage. Those guys, they have access to many lenders and they have different rates and they could find something that works best for you. But hey, if you have a good bank, shop around, make sure you shop around a lot to get a better interest rate for your mortgage and get pre-approved for the amount. It's going to help you in a couple of things. Number one thing is you're going to know what kind of house you can buy, what you can afford, where you can afford, and what you should be hunting for, or if you need to build more credit history to be approved, because the worst thing can happen is you shopping around for a house that is not in your budget. That really is a bad thing, and I don't recommend any one of you guys going through that. Also, guys, one more tip, look at how much income you have versus expenses, how much income debt ratio you got, because they're going to be looking at financial guys or mortgage lenders, they're going to be looking at that ratio, so they're going to look how much you can afford. So while building your credit history, make sure you don't take too much of debt. Otherwise, they're going to do a stress test, they're going to look at how much money you can afford on having a mortgage, and if they see that certain amount of payments, you have too much of debt, you're going to get a lesser amount of pre-approval for mortgage, guys. Also, talk about it with your mortgage specialist. Now, that you know how much you can afford and what is your budget, you come to the second stage, which is more fun than the first one, and that is house hunting, home hunting, however you want to call it, when you actually go around, preferably with your real estate agent, and you find a place for your family, your first home here in Canada, whichever part of Canada you are from. Now, if you're from Calgary, feel free to reach out to me, guys. The details are going to be in the description of this video, and I can help you buy a place here in Calgary with my knowledge and expertise. Here's, guys, why you should consider getting a real estate agent if you're buying a house. First thing is, majority of times, like 99%, guys, is when the seller is actually paying the real estate agent fees. So as a home buyer, you most of the times do not have to, unless you agree like that with your real estate agent, you do not have to pay the part of commission split to them. So what you get in return is, well, a trained professional, a person who knows the market, who can provide you with the guidance and expertise and do all the heavy lifting for you. They can help you book all the house viewings, they can help you guide on the market, help you with negotiating and get you a better price for your home. So they would do all the heavy lifting so that you can concentrate on one thing that's most important, is getting the right home for yourself. Now you go to real estate agent and, well, now you have to choose which kind of home you would like for yourself. Do you want a detached house, you know, like a bungalow, let's say? Do you want a 2-story house? Do you want a bi-level split? Do you want an attached house, like a duplex? Or do you want a condo? Or do you want condo, it's a property ownership type. So basically, guys, what I'm saying is that, for example, an apartment, Also, guys, once you're choosing a house, consider other expenses. When buying a house or a home here in Canada, a lot of times you have to do a property inspection. Basically, you would have a property inspector, a company who does it, and basically, guys, what they do is they come in and they inspect that place for you to see if there are, like, any defects or anything is wrong with that house, to make sure everything is working properly so that you feel safer buying that place. And also, if they find something that could be hazardous to you or something like that, guys, you are also safer. And not only that, you can actually negotiate a better price if you have a property inspection done. So, for example, when I was buying a place, the dishwasher wasn't functioning properly. We got a discount just because of that dishwasher. And it really saved money. Now, also, you need a lawyer. Not only a real estate agent that is going to be helping you out, but you also need a lawyer who is going to advise you on what needs to be done and fill out all the paperwork for you on the transferring of the ownership, making sure that everything is done correctly and up to the law. Next part of expenses you should consider is moving expenses. Moving to a new place can be really expensive. If you're like myself, where I did all the moving by myself, almost broke my back, and I hated myself for doing it by myself, a lot of people would just hire a moving company. And there is a lot of bad companies out there. If you look at CBC Marketplace, you can understand that some moving companies would charge you less money. They would quote you less money, but end up charging you more. So it's expensive. Consider it to be anywhere between $1,500 to, anywhere up to $10,000. Depends on where you're moving from, if it's a different province, different city, how much stuff you have. So an average in probably closer to $5,000–6,000. Shop around once again, make sure you read their Google reviews, find the references and everything so that you find the right company, guys. And if you need a moving company here in Calgary, and I'm your real estate agent, I can also help you out, provide you with the moving companies that have a good reputation if I'm going to be representing you. And the last part, but not least, is renovations. Once you buy a new place, for example, guys, my house that I purchased, I had to change the roof on that house because the roof was so bad. $7,500, I believe we paid for that roof. The windows were drafty, so I had to change windows as well on the front of the house. $5,000 more. We haven't finished all the windows. A lot of money. The floors were really scratched up. One of the things, we couldn't stand those floors. We had to refinish those floors and everything. The entire house cost us about $4,500 to refinish, not put the new ones, but just refinish the ones that were already there. Now, guys, the furnace is getting old. The water tank is already due, still working, fingers crossed. But you have to consider all of these expenses, guys, that are going to be there as a house owner. And there is a ton of them, guys. It's not an easy task, but it's definitely interesting. It's a lot of things. It's always more expensive than you plan it to be. So make sure you have enough money for everything, guys, because it's really exciting to buy your own new home here in Canada, but it can be also very expensive. And that's why you do the home inspection, so you know what to expect. That's why there are real estate agents that can guide you and help you on certain manners with their expertise and knowledge of the market, get the right price. And a lot of things are available actually to you guys. You don't have to be alone and doing it by yourself, guys. Anyways, I hope you find this video interesting and helpful. And regardless, guys, if you decide buying a house in Calgary or Toronto, I wish you all the best. It's the most exciting moment probably in your life, just like it is for my life. I'm still so excited. I purchased this place. We've been working on it. It finally is our home. It finally looks like it is our home. It's not the place that we purchased. We did a lot of work in this place. Best thing about it is that a lot of things that we did actually helped out build the value of the house so that it actually appreciated a little bit in terms of pricing. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. All the information about myself, if you want to get a house here in Calgary and you want me to represent you, is in the description of this video. Like I said it already 3 times. And we'll see you guys here. See you in Canada. All the best. Bye for now.